Legionnaires of the Lariat, welcome back for another episode of I Still Call It a Lariat, and today we are bringing you our review of Backlash 2025. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, Steven Zapf. Steven, how are we doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm just loving life right now. We had a nice little 5-match card on a 2.5 hour pay-per-view. I'm actually okay with that for once.
Yeah, it was good. I think when we did the prediction show, for those that were with us then, I kind of made fun of Backlash because I said it was everyone's least favorite pay-per-view throughout the year, and then looked at the card and was like, this one has the ability to be actually relatively good. And it was. I think we had some really solid matches here. It was a lot of fun. Stakes could have been a little higher, I think, to increase our intrigue and whatnot. But all in all, I think we got 5 solid matches with things we'll obviously complain about in the next, 25 to 45 minutes, whatever this turns into.
However long it takes.
Sure.
Want to point out that Hound, conspicuous by his absence, was had to deal with some business stuff outside of the Legion, so we miss him.
Business.
That business, yes. But he misses everybody. He will be back soon. That is also why we did not record our episode this week. We will be back to business as usual next week.
Or will we?
Or will we? Who knows? Who knows?
So let's jump into this one, Steven. What was your favorite part of the night? What was your thoughts overall?
I'm gonna say I think my favorite match was probably the 4-way for the U.S. title.
Okay.
I think that they did a decent job of not jamoking. I thought a lot of them
jamoking.
There was, but I also felt like a lot of their stuff was it's 4 huge dudes, so when they hit each other, they managed to make a lot of stuff make sense. The biggest culprit is probably at the end of that match where with the Damian Priest Drew McIntyre big spot.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second because I have some thoughts. I think I might say the Mysterio Penta match was my favorite of the night. It was really good. None of these matches were perfect. I will say there's something like kind of complain about everywhere. The Lyra match and Becky match was great. So they were all solid matches across the board. I have my qualms with probably each and every one of them, and we'll get into that. So let's start with the first match of the night with Jacob Fatu retaining his title versus Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. What'd you think, Steven?
Like you said, I really enjoyed this match. It's definitely action-packed. A lot of big moves. One of the things that LA Knight's been doing with Jacob Fatu specifically that I really like is he hits that double jump elbow, but he does it on Jacob while he's standing, and I dig it. Like, it looks awesome. I think it was Eric Young used to hit like a standing top rope elbow like that too, and I used to love it then too. So I love that move. Like I said, they hit Jacob Fatu retained. We kind of knew he was going to. There was no reason for them to have him lose the title here. I thought everyone had a good showing, though. I thought everyone looked real strong in this. And, of course, we get the surprise debut.
Yeah, of course. Not a relative. Maybe he's a relative now. I don't know.
He is Samoan, I believe. He's from
I believe he's Filipino, if I'm not mistaken.
I know he's from New Zealand originally. So that's why I thought he was part of that Samoan. New Zealand is kind of big on the Samoan-esque area. But I believe he competed in the Olympics for like New Zealand.
I will look that up, and so we are not wrong with Jeff Cobb coming to
Jeff Cobb is a monster no matter what. He's a beast.
He sure is. He's not one of the Anunnaki family, or however.
That I know for a fact. That is absolutely true.
And well, he's American. That's
American?
what the internet says. But I could have sworn I heard that he was of Filipino descent. Oh, he is of Filipino descent, and he was born in Guam. So you learn something new every day around here on the Lariat.
They're just piling together Pacific Islanders. That's really what it is.
I mean, you're big. You can smash stuff. I think that's all that matters.
Tongan, Samoan, Filipino.
I am interested in. I mean, there's another Filipino in the LWO too, isn't there? So who knows?
There is.
I think it is interesting. This is going to open up some cool storylines between Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline and Solo Sikoa. So you could clearly tell that he had no idea that Jeff Cobb was debuting this night. He still had funny looks on his face. I was a little confused too, because I was like, why is he so surprised that Solo got involved and helped him win this match? Because that's what Bloodline does. I thought this match was fantastic for the most part. I did think I noticed more Jamokin than you were giving it credit for. Sure, they're big, beefy men that are massively crushing each other. At the same time, they should be able to take as much punishment as they give out. I was not disappointed because I got the move of the night that I wanted to from this one, where it was not the actual move of the night, but the one I was looking for the pop-up Samoan drop onto Drew McIntyre. That one was cool. He pulled it off really well. It's a big boy to throw up that way.
Such a big dude.
My biggest complaint of this match was the Damian Priest Drew McIntyre spot. There was absolutely no reason at that point in time in the night for them to leave the ring, go all the way into the crowd, be away from it with a huge spot that took them out of it. It, like, for Drew McIntyre, who always wants to kind of win the title, this would have made him a Grand Slam champion, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
And I don't know, just in storyline wise, it just makes me feel like we're going to get more Priest Drew McIntyre.
Oh, we're absolutely getting more Priest Drew McIntyre.
And I don't know if anybody really wants that. That's and that just feels like a keeping them warm until the next thing comes. So there's that. I don't know. I like this match overall. It was very entertaining. Everyone had their moments to shine. I was actually pretty impressed with LA Knight. They gave him that first kind of fire up in the beginning of this match. He looked really, really strong. I said, you guys ready to watch him be washed out of this match, which I think ultimately did kind of happen until it was just him and Fatu at the end. But they gave him his moment to shine, and I think he shined pretty hot in the beginning of that match. He is so over with the crowd, which is I think it's kind of not funny, but I'm based on what you see in the ring. I'm surprised he's as over as he is. Not that he's bad, but I don't think he stands out among particularly this group of people. But at the same time, he is great on the mic, and that's where the heel fans go these days. And they were heel in force this card as well.
Oh, yeah, they were.
The greatest heel turn of all times, the WWE fans are happening again.
Showtime, I will say this. I love the spot. I know you said you didn't like the spot with them going out to the Priest Drew spot, overall, but I like Priest paying him back for the selfie spot.
Sure. And it was a great spot. It just didn't make sense. That was my, going that far away from the ring at that point in time in that match took them out of it. By them leaving there, they're like, all right, we are foregoing this title because we don't care anymore. We just care more about this blood feud, which, it's not even that big of a blood feud. It was just kind of thrown together leading into Mania with a bunch of little moments in time where Priest was getting in Drew McIntyre's way. I don't know why Priest would really have this much vengeance against Drew. I guess I kind of see it the other way around. So I don't know.
I don't understand it either. And I love Damian Priest, but Damian Priest is kind of like the New York Giants for Drew McIntyre. If McIntyre was the Patriots, like everyone who's like it's a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. Like you're a Giants fan. The Giants and the Patriots aren't a rivalry.
No, not at all.
It's not. You guys play each other once every like 4 to 8 years, and and at the time you were winning.
We just beat them twice in a big moment.
Yeah, that's all it was. There was no rivalry for you guys, none whatsoever. Really. So it kind of feels that way with Priest and McIntyre right now. Like Priest hasn't lost to McIntyre really, right? Like,
he lost. He lost
at Mania.
At Mania.
He lost at Mania, but overall, like
pretty significantly.
That's true, but overall, Priest is ahead of the game on him right now, right? Like he's cost him.
It's all nuance. It's all nuisance stuff. He cashed in the Money in the Bank after CM Punk had leveled him, so it was like a moment in time where they had no animosity beforehand, but he came in and he stole the world title from him and stole that opportunity from him. He eliminated him in the Royal Rumble. They weren't really feuding beforehand, but he was there to do that thing as they kind of chip away.
Just to do that.
So and which is what built to this feud, and now it's a blood feud. And I get it. I wouldn't be all that happy if someone stuck my head in a chair and then kicked the oblivion out of me. But here we are.
And here we are.
But I know that we're complaining towards the end. It really catches me in situations like that. I think if you listen to the show long enough, when something really doesn't make sense, it pulls me out of it. And that was one of those things. And I didn't love that they left the ring at the end of a title match. If they did that in the beginning of the title match, it would be a whole different conversation, because you could justify to yourself that I'm going to make my way back. But that late in the match, there was no going back.
Like if we had gotten out of whatever it was, 20 minutes or whatever the match was, because all these matches, all the segments lasted about the same amount of time. They all ran about 15, anywhere between the 15 and 30-minute mark, realistically. And if they had done that early and we had gotten, let's say it's 15 minutes, out of that 15 minutes, we had gotten 10 minutes of singles match from Jacob in LA, and then they made their way back, like they crawled their way back into it, and plus like LA hit the BFT or something like that on them, and then like Drew nailed them, and that's how they broke it up. I could see that. I think that would have worked better.
But then that didn't make room for Jeff Cobb to debut and stuff like that. I get you had to get them out of the way to get him in there. That's just not the way I would have done. Though also Drew McIntyre, I think, sustained a concussion, and Damian Priest lost a tooth in that spot as well. So it was a costly south of heaven. But again, it was a good match. I just hate being taken out of things like that. Speaking about a match that I think could have been so much better, but I think I'm very unfair to one of the competitors, Lyra Valkyria, retained her title against Hogan Becky. Is that what we call her now? Is that what it is?
Hollywood Lynch.
Hollywood Lynch, sure. Becky Hogan. This match would have been
Immortal Becky Lynch.
Yeah, in my mind, this is probably the best wrestled match of the night. It was solid, except for I can't stop watching them waiting for the next spot in every Lyra match, and it kills me.
I absolutely saw it a lot in this.
Like Becky was looking for it. Like there was when they early pin combinations where she was waiting for her to take her down. It was all over the place. And like now it's like telegraphed, and I can't. It's like when you have that like glass shattering moment, and then you can't unsee something. It's really hard for me to get back into the matches, because there's always that next spot that they're looking to get to, and like telegraphing it with their eyes. Even like we're giving to Cena for WrestleMania main event, where he was like audibly calling out spots. that was happening, but you didn't like the action in the ring was fluid, and so like
Exactly.
you couldn't see it quite as much. Everyone, but this was technically sound. If if they did this more seamlessly, this would have been by far the best match of the night.
I couldn't agree more. I literally have written here that Lyra keeps telegraphing. One of my things is, and this goes along with something that you've said a lot about Becky over the last year. There always seems to be no woman there that can keep up with her.
I
Lyra at
don't.
least was able to keep up with her. It seemed like it's just everything was telegraphed. So
That's not keeping up with her. That's being half a step behind every single thing, and I
that's
think it
true.
goes back to it. I think
My
the only woman on the roster that really can keep up with her is Rhea.
is Rhea
I think Liv Morgan did a really good job before Becky left of keeping
and
up with
Bianca. I
Becky.
think Bianca could too.
Yep, I'm sure she could. I don't remember the last time I saw the two of them in the ring together, so that's why I can't throw that name in there. I have full belief, but you're talking about the top four women in this whole thing. So, but yeah, it gets me every time.
I kind of got taken out of this match right in the beginning though, like before either one of the ladies touched. I have this big thing, and WWE does it like to nauseum. And if I'm gonna bash on one company on something that I don't like, I'm gonna bash on the other company for something I don't like. And this is where I play even keeled. Lyra coming out and doing her full on normal entrance when she's been getting beat up by Becky for weeks now, since Mania. So for the last 3 weeks or so, she's been getting beat up by Becky. And she comes out and just does her normal entrance. And when she comes out, she literally gives Becky her back in the ring. And Becky's still standing there. I'm like, you you guys wanted to tear each other apart a second ago. Like, this is one of those times you could break the whole idea of you just walk to the ring like you normally would. No, come if she had come down without the feathers and everything and just ran to the ring, and even if they don't touch, the ref has to stand behind between them. And no, we're gonna do this right. This is a title match. You got to go to that corner. You got to go to that corner. I'm gonna raise the belt. They're gonna announce you guys. This is how we're doing it. But it just looked like it was old hat. Like oh, this was just another match. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It wasn't supposed to be just another match. Again, this isn't quite a blood feud, but this was supposed to be a big deal fight for the two of them.
This is the blood feud on the card, in my opinion. I know McAfee and Gunther is really the blood feud on the card, but this was supposed to be that the idol turning their back on the protege, and even though it happened so quickly, uh, I did like the one narrative I did like in this match was Becky like learning to wrestle like a heel and consistently getting caught and not doing it very well, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like Becky has always been like she could be a Gunter esque heel where she doesn't need to cheat. She just can just kick your ass and move on. But like the thing she was doing almost put her out of this. Though on the flip side of that too, the end of this match absolutely killed me. And I think that was another thing where that's why this wasn't the match of the night for me was for two reasons was the telegraphing and was 12 manhandle slams. Becky was
And what, like
blasted.
three of Lyra's finisher or whatever it
Yeah, like
is.
blasted over and over again. And then we got to roll up for the win. You didn't build to that finish. And it was very like deflating. Like I still don't even believe she got the 3 count there.
Well, and even the
And
way they went into it, it was like we said, it's telegraphed.
yeah,
Everything just came off. Like that roll up seemed very telegraphed. Like you could see Becky was waiting for her to step over and stuff. I'm gonna. This is gonna be my chance to take a shot at my good friend Michael Cole. Um, during the match, he said when Becky takes the turnbuckle pad off, and the ref goes over to like put it back on,
Mm-hmm.
and she misses the pin for Lyra for a second because she's doing it, and he's like, she's just doing her job, putting that pad back on. I disagree. That's not her job.
Her job is to pay attention.
Her job was to count that pin and to make sure that they don't cheat. The pad is gone. Her job is not to put the ring back together.
Mm-hmm.
Like if one of them was holding a chair or she was to move the chair out of the ring, huge difference. But that pad was gone already. Not her job to put that back together. So Michael Cole, thank you again for being dumb.
I have something on him later, but I'll hold that for the McIntyre match.
Yeah. It's going to be during the Cole match or during the McAfee match, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. I can't wait.
So, but this is another stuff. These were all solid matches. I think we're being overly critical today. But this one, I think I'm not mad at this match. I'm just a little disappointed because this one is right up the alley. The two of them could have put on the match of the night, and for a few reasons, it just missed the boat for me. And I don't mind that Becky lost this match by any means. I think it puts Lyra over, but it just, even if Lyra cheated at the end, because Becky cheated earlier on, I can get behind that, like roll up and her cheating to win. But Lyra gets over, then gets stomped to oblivion again, or beat up by Becky. Any heat that they were trying to build with her, I think she lost a little bit of it afterwards. It wasn't a definitive win. We didn't get Bayley. There was so much story here that we just kind of missed out on, and not that we needed all of it. We needed something.
It just feels like they left money on the table.
So much of it. The next match, my match of the night, I think it was the best Mysterio, maybe the best Intercontinental Champion of all times, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. All I could sing while I was watching this match was "I'm Blue, Dabba Dee Dabba Die," because Penta was blue. Is he okay? Was he sad? Because he was blue.
He was so blue.
In this fantastic match, I think that every time I see Dom now, each match he's gotten better. I
agree with this.
The suicide dive into the DDT on the outside was that, in my mind, I think was the move of the night.
I literally have written here, because of things that you have said, Dom is finally hitting some of his own moves.
Yeah, that was a Dominic Mysterio original. Him hitting the Oblivion
was also cool.
Magic. Like, he steals all these moves from everybody, and then takes Liv's move. It was perfect. Like, that's exactly what you want Dom to do. And I can't believe I didn't notice it. I'm a little shameful of myself for not noticing this ahead of time, but had to wait till Dominic did the move instead of Liv. But how much I love this move, and the fact that she uses the ropes to propel herself
to bounce
harder.
Back, yeah.
I feel like it just happens so much faster when Liv does it. That I feel like I missed the point of the move every time she's done it. So that's on me. But the Oblivion might be my favorite finisher move right now. After coming to that realization. Though I hate that Penta kicked out of it, because it's one of those protected moves, and I know that Liv doing it's different than Dom doing it. But you're gonna protect a move like that, you should protect the move like that. Or just like Penta had grabbed the ropes in a different spot in this, so he wasn't above getting out of a pin that way. I would rather have that than an actual kick out.
So, Showtime, I have a question from this match. It's specifically from this match, but realistically, it's been a question that I've been meaning to ask you in reference to Dirty Dominic Mysterio for a while now.
You mean the Dominator?
Dirty Dominator Mysterio? Oh, I like
Just
it.
saying.
WWE,
right there.
If you trademark that, at least give us a little credit. Have you ever noticed that Dom does the Three Amigos wrong?
He gets cut off or turns away? He
rolls his legs the opposite way from everyone else doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the hard, he literally does it the hard way. So my question is, do you think he does it on purpose?
Yes.
Or because I really wonder that if it's him doing it on purpose to make it look like, because everyone else that does it, if you look the way they roll it, it's the easier way to get over the person to roll them into the next suplex. And as someone who has done a roll through suplex like that, it's a certain way, and he literally spins the opposite way to basically pull the person over his body.
I think part of it is because that's funny. Part of it is that Dominic Mysterio is so much taller than Eddie that like his legs going completely over someone else's body like over accentuates the move.
Well, he even when like Rhea's done it though, and Rhea's taller than most of the women's division, she does it the normal way. So
Sure.
it always threw me off that when he did it, and he was doing it when he was still a babyface with Ray, when he was still with his deadbeat. So I always wondered about that one. I always wanted to ask him. We never got onto it, but like he always does, always. Like I wonder if he did it once, and they were like, "Well, we're gonna turn you heel eventually, kid. Like keep doing it that way."
Mm-hmm. He probably just did it wrong on accident once. And he was like, "Well, can't go back now."
And who comes out to ensure Dominic Mysterio retains the title on this night?
So we have to break down this whole shenanigans at the end of this match, which is the reason why I didn't love this match more. Like I said, there's always something to complain about. Is the utter just pandemonium at the end of this match. We get Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Carlito coming down. We have Penta taking out two of the three. We have Finn Balor hesitating and going to get the chair to take him out. Is that a sign to that he was not trying to lose the match for Dom, like help him win it? Was it that he was just trying to put that extra piece on it so he can end it? Because he still does distract the ref to make way for the large coffee to come in.
The Gloat.
The
Greatest
Gloat.
luchador of all time. The Gloat.
So what's your take there? What is Balor sandbagging? Is he not?
I think Balor's sandbagging. I don't think it's a matter of him. I don't know. I think Balor's sandbagging. I don't think it's a matter of him double crossing, or I'm not sure where it is with it right now, because it's even after all this, you almost can't make Finn a babyface after all this, but you also can't make Dom a real babyface. You know, him being cheered by the fans at this point is just because the fans are heels.
Yeah, the fans are heels.
The fans are heels. Dom is still a heel, like the heeliest heel. He turned heel when he was heel.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like I don't want them to stop him going on like talk shows and other things. Just being an absolute dirtbag, I guess is the right way. Yeah, like whatever. Like keep going. Like and that's the money right there. Like don't change that. Let them cheer him for being a monster. They're already heel. They've turned. And you know what? I think a lot of it has to do with him. Not only did he turn heel while heel, but also turn the fans heel. I think he's like the main catalyst where they're like, hey, this seems like fun. He's having a lot of fun with this. We should go to.
He's the forbidden apple.
Yeah, like it's all right there. I can't answer the question I asked you either because if Finn didn't distract the ref for El Grande Americano to come out, then it's a different conversation. Then yes, maybe he did, but he still came back after the fact and distracted so he would win. So, like in my mind, the way that that chain of events happened was he was trying to put that extra emphasis of a chair on there rather than sandbagging Dom. But who knows? We'll see what's come next. I know that they're going to do something with it. I know a lot of people want to see the Judgment Day kind of be over. They're over the storyline. I still love them as a group. Like they just crack me up. I think Dom kind of being the leader of this whole thing at this point in time makes a lot of sense, and his character development has been fantastic over the last couple of years, like building to this moment. I kind of want to see Finn not fall in line, but kind of prove out that they didn't need a leader of the Judgment Day and kind of like resettle this. But we'll see what happens next.
I can see that, and like we said, there goes the gloat helping Dirty Dom retain the title.
Yep, he comes in the flying headbutt with that thing because it only works one way.
I don't get it. I mean, I love it, but I really do hope that you and everyone else are right on this one, and that he goes down to AAA and just is a menace.
Yeah,
just like a petulant child.
It's the storyline that makes sense here, and with all of that lining up, like otherwise it's just he's gonna get unmasked, and we're gonna figure out whoever this is. I don't care who Michael Cole thinks it is.
Michael Cole's a jerk tonight.
He is, and we'll get to that even more in a minute because he says something in the beginning of this match that drives me nuts.
Oh, I think it's probably what I've written down, and I love it. I'm going to let you say it though.
So this brings us all to 2-1 in this card. We all got Becky wrong. We all got Dirty Dom right. Going into the next match, we have Pat McAfee versus the ring general Gunther, and Michael Cole starts this match off saying, "I always like to be unbiased."
Lies. I literally have it written here.
He wasn't unbiased at all in this, even in this card, let alone in general. I think Kevin Owens has something to say about that.
Yeah, let's talk to Kevin Owens about him being unbiased.
This man is one of the most biased people. I've seen him yeet. He actively roots against, like, not to say that he deserves getting his hands put on him.
Against Dominic Mysterio?
Constantly. Like, he is the least unbiased person I know. The most biased?
He is the most biased.
Like, it's crazy. The only one who is more biased is Pat McAfee talking about Michael Cole.
Facts.
But otherwise, like, he is so biased all the time. And like, him going out of his way to say, I'm going to be biased this one time is egregious.
Egregious. There are heel color commentators in this company that aren't as biased as Michael Cole.
100%.
Like, Booker T is technically a heel commentator right now. He is not nearly as biased, because I love the fact that recently Booker T during a battle royal did the natural heel flip-flop thing. Oh, that's my pick. Oh, wait, that's my pick.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there.
So Michael Cole, come on now. Like,
lies and slanders.
This match in general, though, it's kind of exactly what it needed to be for the most part. I didn't love the ending of it. The thing I liked the most about this match was Gunther having fun, because he was literally playing with his food the entire time.
Yep.
There was no moment in time where I thought that Pat McAfee was going to win this match. I saw Pat McAfee getting just punished. Even Gunther kicked out of Michael Cole holding Gunther's foot, which never happens. Like, that's like the ultimate, like, oh, I'm going to pin you because I'm holding on to this foot. He still even kicked out of that. And I think that was the only time Pat McAfee actually got a 2 count. Which was 2 people. He got a count for each person trying to pin him.
Yep.
So all in all, like, I didn't even mind Pat McAfee hulking up a little bit. That was his way of doing it. His punter kicks are funny. They crack me up as a move. Because, those that you don't know, he used to be a punter for the NFL and for the Colts, and a fantastic one. He had quite the leg. So using that, like, punt kick in a wrestling match, It just cracked me up because no one else would do that.
No, I like this match more than I thought it was going, more than I thought I was going to, and mainly because the match was exactly what we said it should be.
Mm-hmm.
In the preview, you were like, Pat McAfee should get 35 seconds of offense and then get destroyed for the other however long this match goes. And that's kind of what happened. Like, It was a little bit more than the 35 seconds, but it was little glimpses of him getting something.
He's a tough dude. And I think they gave him that, like, he's not on the caliber anywhere close to the same caliber as Gunther. That was clear. But he's also a professional athlete and a tough guy overall. And I think that shined.
So, sorry.
I was going to go to the thing that really got me the most in this match was the end. Do you want me to wait on that? You want to go?
Yeah, wait on that real quick. One of the things I really liked in this is right in the beginning, though, McAfee avoiding the chop, like right in the very beginning. Like, I really like that. That was kind of like, oh, I know I can't. I know I shouldn't take that. So it kind of gives me a little bit of that. One of my complaints with certain modern wrestling lately has been like heels outsmarting baby faces or out wrestling baby faces. Now, this is a situation where Gunther should out wrestle Pat McAfee.
100%.
But that's one of those situations where his strategy was, I need to stay away from this guy for a little bit because he should beat the crap out of me. The other thing I wanted to ask you, Showtime, us both being Swords fans, which do you think was worse for McAfee, this match or Troy Polamalu?
Troy Polamalu. That dude was a menace, like a real menace.
Leveled him.
Oh my goodness! Like he's a monster. He hit hard too. Not that Gunther didn't hit hard, but
did you see McAfee's chest afterwards?
Yeah, I mean that's everybody's chest. I mean even Gunther's chest looked raw and red because he got hit so many times by McAfee.
Or the
when you were talking about the offense that Pat McAfee did get a little bit more, a lot of it was Gunther asking for it, which almost opens it up for allowing for more offense. Like, because at first, like, you get that initial fire up or whatever because you're in the match and you're still feeling each other out. That's like the 35 seconds I was looking for. But when he was like, "Come on, you could do better than that. Here, why don't you do it again? Little pat on the head.
Yeah, try again.
Go ahead. You're doing great. Don't worry. You're doing it, kid." That's why the more offense is fine in my book because it was allowed. It wasn't taken.
All right. So you were gonna bring up the ending, though.
The ending,
sir.
That drives me nuts. Two things in this match that happens that I just do not know why they happened. Gunther knocks out Pat McAfee and immediately releases the headlock, the sleeper hold. He literally said ahead of time that he was never going to let it go. And he immediately let it go. And not that he needed to get disqualified because he wouldn't let it go in general, but this was a move that he just tapped out to. And he just kind of put it on and let it go. That one really, he just didn't do what he said he was going to do. And I didn't love that. And the sign of respect at the end, that came out of nowhere. I don't know why Gunther did it. I don't know why it was needed for this match. I think it was out of place and kind of took a little bit away from it. Pat McAfee didn't do anything to earn his respect except for take punishment. So like that one when he gives his little bow or whatever, I don't know. It was completely misplaced. I think it hurt Gunther as this monster heel that he, even if it was mocking respect, it still came off as respect. And I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. It didn't fit this narrative.
The only thing I could think of that this worked, I hate that this might be the way that it works, but because the fans are now heels, I think people are cheering Gunther. And this might be the start of those seeds for Gunther. I don't want to say to go face, but to be more accepting of the cheers. And then you have another person in the mix to eventually, no matter what, I still think it's going to be Cody that comes in and takes the title back. But I could see just making sure you have more people in line for Cena, or like that could possibly, God help you, God save you if Cody goes down. What if he tears his pec again? What if he tears an ACL or something like that? At least you've got this other guy in the background that you can say, well, if you have Gunther come out and choke out Cena, it's more than believable because he's
The
Gunther and Cena's like a shell of himself right now.
the only way I want Gunther to accept the fans' cheers is for the more punishment spots. The power bomb to a one more time. All right. Gotta give the fans what they want. In a moment in time where it's allowing him to be even more vicious than he was planning on being. It's like, oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. I can do it one more time. But like otherwise, I don't think that he needs to go face at all. That's the point of the heel. Like if they turn him face, the crowd will turn on him because they're the heels. It doesn't help. That's the way that's the way I see it. That's the way I want Gunther to be a face, is by taking that fan support to punish people harder. This is our dystopian future. Almost the what's it called?
Are we in idiocracy?
Not idiocracy. More escape from LA in my mind. So that's the way I see it, at least. I don't know. So that'll take us on to the main event. We have John Cena retaining his title against Randy Orton, because I don't know how to get disqualified anymore. We have Steven winning this Backlash show. He didn't beat me almost all year. It took almost a whole year for you to beat me in a card. And you take this one down because both Hound and I, we got it right, but the rest
he got wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't understand how Orton can slap a ref and get disqualified, but Cena can level a ref with a title belt and not get disqualified. Like, he was right there. The ref had to have seen it because it was in his face.
This match in general is like overachieving in that aspect. 3 ref bumps. They have 3 ref bumps in this match, and it's the same ref.
No, it was 2 and 1.
Okay, but still 3 ref bumps. We needed 3 ref bumps in this match.
This match was great. I did like this match, and I found myself in the beginning of this with all of the actual wrestling in the beginning of this match, of being like, this feels like an old school match, and I was having a conversation with myself as I'm like, I think a lot of people are going to hate this match because they're going to say it's too slow, it's that and this. I was like, this felt like a classic world title match to me, and I was here for it. I enjoyed that aspect of things until it turned into an AARKO fest. I love the AA into the RKO.
That was cool.
I know it's not a new spot, but that was a great one. I like how Randy AA'd Cena onto the announce table.
Over the table.
And then Cena just like knocked the leg out. And he was like, all right, well, the spot didn't work. Let's do it again. So he pulled out a table and did it. So that was fun. But this was so overbooked. So many RKOs on. I've been hearing. This is not me. This is other people. I'm hearing them call it. But on the cruiserweight division of all of the ex cruiserweights from the management team that were in there, like Jamie Noble and a few others that all just got RKO'd at like one after
everyone got
another after
RKO'd.
another.
Nick Aldis, Jamie Noble, Shane Helms, the Hurricane, if you will.
The old school cruiserweight division, except for Aldis, of course.
Except for Aldis. One of the things that they did in this match that I really liked, Orton broke back out the old Garvin stomp, and I really like that. He hasn't done that move in a while, and I like that he broke out some old stuff. Overall, I like this match. I echo what you're saying about it becoming just kind of an AA RKO fest, and I think the way they could have done that is I had the idea that I think the match should have been shorter. And I know the card isn't that long already. Like we said, it was a 2.5 hour card. I just felt like this match went longer than it needed to. And I think that that's kind of my same gripe with the Mania match was it just went longer. Both the Cena singles matches right now have gone longer than they needed to. And I think the only thing that I have as a real gripe with the match, though, is in the very beginning, or a real critique, I'll say. It's not a gripe, it's a critique. In the beginning, the two of them having the role reversal from where they usually sit, you could see it almost felt a little uncomfortable. Like, Orton's been a face, but he's never been a face against Cena. And Cena's been doing this heel thing, but he's never been a heel against Orton. Like the last time they were flip flopped like this, they were in OVW. Like
yeah,
it's been so long that you could almost see there was hesitation in it right in the beginning. Don't get me wrong, they got past it quick, and it worked. I just thought the match was a little longer than it should have been.
I think I might disagree with you on both fronts. I think this match probably was the right length in general. I think this match was substantially better than the WrestleMania match.
It was definitely better than the WrestleMania match.
I think the WrestleMania match was allowed to be bad because it was kind of part of the storyline or whatever. But this is the last time we're going to see John Cena versus Randy Orton. It's kind of a history kind of match. I think that Cena going to shake his hand and poking him in the eye was fantastic. What a Randy move. And then we didn't lose the fact that Randy is a face, but he's not really, and he'll do it the same thing as well. Get right back at you. So I don't think that it was all that noticeable in my mind. Maybe you saw it more than I did. And the match length, I think, was fine. I think you got everything you needed out of it. I think we're going to constantly see low blows into title shots for Cena to retain and keep this last victory going, even though his next opponent, I think, should be the one that takes the title off of him. Because his next opponent is going to be Mr. Ron the Truth Killings. With him coming in and saving Cena from the... It's great. And then for those of you that don't watch the press conference afterwards, which I'm typically one of those people, but you sprinkle in a little R-Truth and I'm there. The Truth comes out, congratulates Cena, even though the fans say that he sucks. And Cena, in a masterful way of like really, really good setup to this. Like, I really enjoyed his press conference. When he comes in, he's very somber. He apologizes to the press, being like, I'm the greatest champion of all times. I have to give you guys your time and my respect in this moment in time. I want to make sure that every single one of you get your answers, your questions answered. And then R-Truth comes out, says congratulations, even though the fans say he sucks, and goes, Ron, if you say one more word, it's not going to be okay. And he doesn't even get another word. Like, he starts to talk. Cena AAs him through the table and leaves. That whole setup was just to punctuate that I'm not going to answer a single question in this. And I'm so here for it. It's fantastic. It's masterful heel storytelling of what he's doing there, messing with them. And this is the press conference. This isn't like to the fans. It's nothing else. It's just like he's being such a diva, and it's fantastic.
I do love it, and I loved R-Truth coming out to save him.
Yeah,
it was
great.
It was perfect. You gotta save the last true champion.
What's that?
You have to save the last true champion.
You have to.
You have to.
Particularly if you're Truth. I did kind of want to see R-Truth stay in Cena's corner, and maybe he will. I could easily see R-Truth starting to be like, I was out of line.
He starts being the one in the abused relationship.
Yeah, I could really see that being like, he's right. I should have thought better about that. He's the greatest champion of all time, and I told him that he sucks. I didn't mean I think he sucks. It was them, but
I fell down the stairs.
Or just completely it was an accident. He thought I was someone else. Or he misunderstood. It's just a good narrative for it, because I'm here for them turning R-Truth heel because of Cena. He's shown in the past how he could be a great heel. He was a fantastic heel against Cena. And this could be a good way to get him up and running. Got the fans heel turn. He is the one face that the fans will continue to cheer no matter what. So I don't know. I'm curious where it goes. I think that I hear that they are signing a match between Cena and R-Truth. Is that first Saturday night's main event?
It might be. I don't know. Right now, the only thing I have listed for Saturday night's main event is Uso versus Logan Paul, and and what we said it was going to be CM Punk and Sammy versus Braun Breaker and Mr. freaking Rollins.
I'll look this up right now too. Versus John Cena. I don't know. So in the quick headline news, I don't see a match, but I thought I had heard that he would get that. I really want to see R-Truth be the one that takes this title off of him. I think that would be fantastic. The young fan coming out and his proteges, the way the Becky Lyra storyline should be playing out is R-Truth and Cena, even though R-Truth is.
He's his hero growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the young lion and the old lion, right?
So yeah, but I don't know
something like that. It's the battle for Pride Rock.
Yeah, I don't actually see a match being signed. I thought I had heard somewhere that they had a match signed.
No, I hadn't heard anything yet.
They will get a match somewhere along the lines here. I'm just not ready because R-Truth could be that placeholder for Cena when he's not making appearances. That, he could be the stand-in for it. And
is R-Truth the guy that takes the belt off Cena?
I want that to happen. I don't know if I've said it before on this. I know I said it today, but I don't know if I've said it before on the show.
I think you might have.
I think I have. That's what I want to see, because it's the perfect one. Because I think that, all kidding aside, and I love to go over the top with R-Truth, I think he deserves it after what he's done in his career and how over he's been. Him getting that world title, and not a long title shot by a title reign by any means.
Oh, but like a week.
If he's the one that saves wrestling, it would be fantastic. He doesn't need to win Money in the Bank. He doesn't he just needs that match because Cena owes him for it, or because of something like this, where he gets 2 more AAs because he keeps putting his foot in his mouth to John Cena, and John Cena keeps hitting him. And he's like, I think John Cena might be the bad guy. I could see him saying those words. And So that's kind of, and I would love for him to be the one that does it with the attitude adjustment.
Jeez, be amazing. He just hits Cena with every one of his own moves.
Yeah, he's going to do the shoulder tackles. He's going to do the 5 moves of doom. He might even pump up his sneakers when he does it.
It'd be amazing.
Though, if he does beat him, I would like to see more of R-Truth than Cena. Like kind of him finding himself again, because his style has gone more into John Cena. And I know it's probably hard for him to do some of the prime Ron Killing moves, because he was
the twisting axe kick and stuff like that, or like
some cool stuff that he used to do.
He was like, it sounds crazy to say, but he was like the more athletic Booker T.
Yeah.
Like his moveset was pretty much Booker T's, but it was like if you added a twist to it. Like because he would hit that.
He was the luchador Booker T.
Yeah, he would hit
Booker
like
L.
Booker L. El Grande T.
Yeah. To figure out what is the Spanish word for truth.
I don't know. You gotta look that one up.
I'm gonna skip on looking up the fans, the listeners that have listened to me search enough things today.
Way too much stuff.
But you're 100% right. Like he was so good back in the day with that higher flying Booker T style, that like breakdancing, but actual breakdancing. I know that Booker T did the spinneroonie, but it was the parkour version of it.
Yeah, hardcore parkour.
Yeah, parkour. So this was Backlash 2025. Steven,
that was Backlash. Our review is almost as long as the show.
Yeah, a little bit longer than I gave it credit for to start with. Steven, any closing thoughts on this match?
On the card in general, like you said, I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. I think we went in on it just a little bit more because it's a little late for us, and also it was a 5 match card. 5, 6, 5.
5.
And I think overall, despite our critiques, I think this is a solid B.
I agree.
B minus. Like if you're looking at it at the low end, like I don't think that this is just passing. I think this was an above average card.
Yeah, 100%. I think the matches were great. I just think each one of them was just missing something that like kind of held them back. And we were over hypercritical. Sorry, fans, that wasn't our intention coming into it. There wasn't a tremendous amount of praise to be sung because everything was as good as it should have been, and none of it took it to the next level, in my opinion. So sorry.
And no title changes out of 4 title matches. 4 out of 5 matches are title matches. This felt like this was just
Saturday Night main event.
This was Saturday Night's main event before Saturday Night's main event.
Yeah, the one subverting expectations is Becky losing. Where usually that's like the title changing hands when you don't expect it. It's the Shinsuke winning the U.S. title. And in this situation, everyone thought Becky was going to win, and that was their surprise. But this was the best Backlash in a little bit. I would just like to just a little bit more for this one, particularly with a 5-card match with this talent. This level of talent on it is star-studded in my opinion. So, or add 2 more matches. I think that's all. Like, make them 7-card matches.
Give us a tag team title match.
Yeah, give us a tag team title match. Would have been great. 1 to 2 more matches, and we're in good shape. I don't need 12. Just 1 to 2. So that's it for Backlash 2025. Legion, thank you for coming in and spending your time with us. Please like, subscribe, give a little thumbs up. You tell a friend. If you don't have a friend, tell a stranger. All the support is possible. In the comments, tell us where we're wrong, where we're right. Tell us that how Steven is just too harsh on everybody. You can call me out for being too harsh on Lyra. I deserve it. But it's just right there. And I am sorry for it. I just can't.
She's got that cool music. Woo!
Yeah, I mean,
Woo!
so thank you for spending your night with us, and Steven.
As always, guys, remember, tuck your chin when you bump.